recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios Brisbane on 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Zed Games.
With 10 years experience and over 500 episodes,
Zed Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture.
Want to reach out? Message us on Facebook at ZED Games AU.
Hello, you're listening to Zed Games. My name is Zahra, and with me in the studio tonight is Caroline and
Hazel.
I don't know why we're so hyped. I'm just excited to be
Energy.
here.
Energy!
You know what my favorite thing is? The fact that like 5 seconds before the episode starts, I'm like falling asleep in the chair, and then as soon as the microphone live red light goes on, I'm just like, bam, actually, I'm super excited to talk about video games.
You're a bull who has seen red, and you are raring to go.
I am raring to go, and we've got, I don't want to spoil anything, but we've got gaming news. I know,
Wow.
shocker. We got a game review. And we got a game discussion, or more of a game cultural discussion. I don't know. You'll find out later. I do know, but I don't feel like explaining it right now.
I don't know because I walked into the studio 2 minutes before we went live with no idea what's going on.
I didn't give you. You're going in blind, like our listeners here.
Yeah.
But before we get into all that, we're going to listen to the Week in Gaming News by yours truly.
Yay, Pazara.
This week in gaming news, fire up the barbecue. Redfall, the co-op first-person shooter that has you fighting off legions of vampires, has teamed up with Smoky Q, an Australian business that specialises in all things barbecue seasoning, to bring the Bite Back Spice Rub, a unique blend of spices and seasonings to celebrate the game's release. The spice rub is supposed to capture the taste of slain vampires, with ingredients such as charcoal powder for added smoke, paprika, and a touch of heat from chipotle. It is gluten-free and vegan-friendly. The founder of Smoky Q, Paul Lange, described the challenge of making vampire ash sound delicious as exciting, so if you have a very specific craving, it may be worth checking out. In addition, all net proceeds will be going towards Cure Cancer's blood cancer research. Very appropriate. Vampire Survivors. In more vampire news, Vampire Survivors, a game that is heavily influenced by the choices you make, has an animated show on the way. The studio will be teaming up with Story Kitchen, who has members that have worked on John Wick and the Sonic movies. The studio has said, the most important thing in Vampire Survivors has always been the story, so we are very excited for this and we hope you are too. It's still early days for the show, but I can already say that we will be involved so that we can ensure it doesn't have any vampires. Probably. This won't affect game development in any way. FIFA's iffy body scans. Sydney Leroux, an Olympic gold medalist and a member of the United States women's national soccer team, isn't thrilled with her character's appearance in the newest FIFA release. She's not alone in that many other footballers are criticising their character's appearance in FIFA 23. Please tell me I did not do an entire body scan for that, Leroux tweeted, before looking back at FIFA 16 where her appearance was significantly more accurate. They had the headband, the braid, the neck tattoo, the overly plucked brows. Deflate my boobs a bit and put a different jersey on. I'll keep the brows at this point. Introducing to the Call of Duty, rumour has it that Kevin Durant, an NBA champion and a former MVP, will be slam dunking into the operators lineup for Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare. The official Call of Duty Twitter posted a little clip showing an operator parachuting down mid-dunk with Easy Money Sniper spray painted on the side of a building in the image, notable for being Kevin Durant's Instagram handle. Nothing is confirmed yet, but internet sleuths have dissected the few details in the profile of the operator, and it would hardly be the first time an NBA crossover happened. And now for some upcoming games. May 4th brings Jected, Rivals for PC, Mia and the Dragon Princess for the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One and Switch, Propagation, Paradise Hotel for the PC, VR and Quest, Space Gladiators for the PS4, Xbox One and Switch. May 5th brings Duru, about mole rats and depression for the PC, Hometopia for the PC, These Doomed Isles, the First God for the PC. May 11th brings Another Fisherman's Tale for the PC VR, PSVR 2, Quest 2. TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge 3 for the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One and Switch. May 12th brings The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for the Switch. That's it this week in gaming news.
Thank you, Parser. That was expertly delivered.
Well
if
done.
I do say so myself. My favorite thing is the amount of sports-related video game news. I don't...
Funny, that was my least favorite part.
Well, thanks. Thanks. Hater behavior.
Yep.
Right here.
I will
All right.
crush.
No, I'm
all-
muting you.
Yep.
I'm muting you.
Bye.
You're muted. All right. Now that that's sorted.
If I shout loud enough, one of the mics will pick me up.
Yeah. So I do love that people take this so seriously with the Call of Duty and the basketball player, so much that they're like, hang on, I'm gonna zoom in on the shadowy profile of this character who's like obviously a basketball player of some sort, so that's not exactly rocket science.
Just based on height
Just
of the
based on-
character model.
I mean, he looked like a
I don't know if any of
normal-sized
the
dude.
other operators are 2 meters tall.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't play Call of Duty except for the one time I played Call of Duty.
Yeah.
that
I've
was
still
all.
not played it.
You've never played a Call of Duty
No,
game?
I bought it because it came with some headphones and I just wanted some headphones, but I've never actually played the game.
Really?
Really?
Oh my goodness.
Huh.
I'm going to make you play a Call of Duty game so then we can
Oh.
get your impressions of someone who has never experienced a Call of Duty game.
All
you
right,
won't
Modern
be-
Warfare LAN game at home.
Let's go.
Oh no.
But like pretty good. I think it's pretty good sleuthing for the basketball fans. I'm sure they're all really excited.
Peter says that NBA players are small by his standards.
Well, yes, but Peter is 10 feet tall and actually can't fit into the station unless he's like on all fours. So
yeah. When he's in here, he takes up like the whole left half of the studio.
Yeah. Like his knees are just like, when he's like sitting in a chair, his knees are like 2 meters high.
Sometimes
Yeah.
we have to run a microphone outside to the car park.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why he's
'cause
having a
his-
very tall
His knees
man.
are a bit
Yes.
sore
Yeah.
and he can't.
Why did this just turn into like a commentary on how tall Peter is?
I don't know.
Yeah. Lots of vampire stuff. I did want to try that Redfall vampire spice rub, except charcoal is a fun little fact. Sometimes charcoal can deactivate any medications that you have.
Because
This is a
You eat-
PSA about
yeah.
eating charcoal.
Yeah.
If
If
you
you eat charcoal, it can deactivate
yeah.
the medications that you just took.
Yes.
So be careful.
Fun
careful
fact,
out
you can
there.
eat charcoal when you've been poisoned.
Yes, but don't take that as medical advice.
Oh no, if you actually get poisoned,
we are a video
just-
game show.
yeah,
If
get
you
help.
get poisoned, call the poisons hotline. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, moving on because we're starting to get into advice territory and I don't like that.
I want to bite some charcoal now.
No. Well, I'm convincing Caroline not to bite charcoal. We're
We
going to
do
be
have
listening.
charcoal at home.
Yeah.
We're going to be listening
I'm an
to.
order.
So you're listening to Zed Games, is that it?
You're listening to Zed Games.
You're listening to Zed Games.
Hello, you're listening to Zed Games.
You're listening to Zed Games.
You're listening to Zed Games.
You're listening to Zed Games. You're listening to Zed Games.
You're listening to Zed Games.
You're listening to Zed Games.
You're listening to Zed Games.
Perfect. Thank you. You're listening to Zed Games. I'm Zahra, and with me in the studio tonight is Caroline and Hazel. And guess what time it is? That's right, my friends. It's another Sonic the Hedgehog review by yours truly. Someday I may be stopped, but today is not that day.
You'll be stopped when you run out.
I'll never run out. I'll never run out.
How many games are there?
There's so many.
Depends how you count them.
So many. We did.
I'm sure we could find a way to review Sonic Spinball.
Oh, I actually downloaded one of Sonic Dash, which is an endless runner game.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm here to talk about. All right.
Let Sonic rest.
I will be talking about Sonic Generations. Sonic Generations is a fast-paced platformer with 3D and 2D elements that is meant to appeal to fans of classic and modern Sonic. Our favourite villain, Dr. Eggman, ends up coming across the Time Eater after his latest horrible defeat. Of course, he ends up teaming with classic Dr. Eggman, and of course, modern Sonic and classic Sonic need to team up, and so the next chapter begins. Sonic's friends are scattered through time and space, and you'll have to find them, free them, and save the day. Sonic Generations will have you running through some very familiar levels, including Green Hill, of course, with each level a callback to a level that appeared in a previous game. It's rather fun to hit the ground running and to feel how familiar it is, with modern graphics and spruced up music. You'll spend a lot of time in White Space, a hub world where you find portals to levels and different points in time. Each region has a different friend to find and unlock, such as Tails, of course, Knuckles, Amy, Rouge, and more. Some of these characters hadn't been seen in a little while, so to come across Team Chaotix is always a fun treat. I love Vector.
I love Vector.
I love Vector.
Which one's Vector?
I'm still thinking about the fact that it's called the Time Eater.
Crocman.
I mean, what else are you going to call it? Time...
I don't know.
Time messier, time...
Anyway, back to Vector.
Back to Vector. Anyway, so yeah, Team Chaotix. Of course, you'll have your speed levels that will require you to complete the level in a timely manner, collect red stars or gold rings. You can progress the game mostly through the completion of these speed levels, which will take you through the 3D levels we've grown accustomed to with modern Sonic, and the 2D levels you remember with classic Sonic. So go fast! However, there are other specific challenges, including using moving platforms to navigate the levels, collect a specific amount of rings throughout the level, defeat enemies as quickly as possible, all of which add a bit of variety to the gameplay. Now, here is where I start to complain. Sonic Generations comes right after Sonic Unleashed, which probably had the most robust control system and satisfying speed levels. And that's missing here. Controls do not feel as responsive. I find myself mashing buttons because, oh my god, why won't Sonic just jump when I want him to? I have fallen into this pit a million times. I'm putting the game down and taking a breather until I forget about the pit and face it again. It's frustrating. Especially in a game series that is supposed to prioritize running quickly. That is supposed to encourage a sense of flow so you can whoosh through the level with practice ease. I don't mind struggling. I hate losing, but I don't mind struggling. I don't mind having to work for the win. But I really feel that if the game doesn't make running feel fun, it's a bit pointless. Sonic's whole thing is running. It's his favorite activity. Running should feel good, but it kind of struggles with it. It's not a deal breaker, but it's not something to overlook. It did kind of feel a little bit like, you know, when people who go running as a hobby are like, running's the best. I feel so free and alive when I run, but when I run,
know those people.
My knees are screaming. My hips are like, oh god, why are we doing this? It's just, I feel like I'm being gaslit.
Yeah.
That being said, I really enjoy the boss battles. Fighting as modern Sonic and fighting as classic Sonic are two different experiences, and the twists introduced into the fights were enriching. Those control issues I mentioned earlier do get in the way sometimes, but I love a classic fight. And it's such an upbeat game with a rapport building between classic and modern Sonic, the little jokes here and there. It kind of feels a bit like hanging out with a younger sibling and being able to bond over Pokemon, even if there's a 15-year age difference between you two. And of course the music. The music! You hear those classic tunes with a modern twist, familiar melodies in a new style. I love the original soundtracks of the levels referenced in this game, but to hear it again feels a bit like hearing it for the first time. The sprawlings from the springs are nostalgic, the voice acting for the Sonic crew is upbeat and cheerful. It's nothing new, just freshened up. It's a solid attempt at tugging at the heartstrings of nostalgia, where modern Sonic and classic Sonic team up to defeat the dastardly Dr. Eggmans. This was supposed to be the game to unite Sonic fans, to declare Sonic still got it, to put an end to the 5,000-word essays about what Sega needs to do to return Sonic to his heyday.
That'll never stop.
No,
Never.
it did not. I feel like this game did have enough success to spark a feverish rampage of trying to churn out more nostalgia bait. But it is fun. It's a reminder and a celebration of what was fun about Sonic. It's not exactly a masterpiece, nor a turning point in the series, but maybe we should be more like Sonic. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. I just wish running was a bit more fun in this one so I could really enjoy the journey.
No, you must suffer.
Oh, well.
Are you suggesting that modern Sonic games haven't always controlled well?
No comment.
Okay.
Moving on. Like, I did enjoy it, but I also found it very frustrating. There were control issues that specifically coming after Sonic Unleashed, because like I knew that this was the game after Sonic Unleashed, and Sonic Unleashed is, I know it's a controversial one, but it is one of my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog games because the speed levels are so well done. They're very fun. They feel very fast.
Fans agree that the day levels of Sonic Unleashed are some of the best in the whole series.
The night levels, not so much, but that's a whole other barrel of fish.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows you can't go fast at night.
No.
You have to walk.
You have to gallop on all fours with spiked feet.
Like a horse.
Like a horse?
Yes.
What kind of horse have you seen with spiked feet? Oh.
All horses.
All horses, okay.
Well, we do have a question.
Horses are eldritch horrors.
We do have a question from Peter who asks, would you recommend Sonic Generations as a first Sonic game?
You know what? I think I would. Because it's just captures the spirit of Sonic, which is just silly and goofy. And the levels are fun. The mechanics are fun. I just wish it ran better. Literally speaking.
If you like the sound of it, give Sonic Generations a try, and if you get fed up with the controls, play Sonic Unleashed.
Yeah, but only the day levels.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, moving on. My name is Zahra. With me in the studio tonight is Caroline and Hazel.
Hi.
Hi.
We're Zed Games. I wasn't expecting you two to say hi. I was about to just like, they're like, nah, you two don't get to talk. This is my episode. But it's not my episode. It's our episode. And we're going to be talking a little bit about what we've been playing recently. And we're also going to be talking a bit about what we're looking forward to. But more importantly, we're going to be talking about our pre-gaming rituals. And we'll get into that in just a moment. But what have you two been playing recently?
What have I been playing?
Oh, sure.
Good question. I've been playing all the programs that I need to do work.
Oh,
I've been doing
boo.
Wordle.
The funnest
Boring.
game. How's Wordle going? Have you come across a double word yet?
A double word? Like a
word
repeated word?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I
I guess there is a lot of words, so that's probably never happens.
There are a lot of words.
There are a lot of words.
Folks, there's
there are a lot of words, and they only need one a day.
And they only need one a day.
If they did repeat like once a year, I probably wouldn't notice.
Probably. You've also been playing Framed, which is like the movie version of that.
Yeah.
And I always really enjoy when you tell me to have a look at the Framed because you think
I'm terrible at movies. I haven't seen that many movies.
I haven't seen that many movies, but I have a weirdly good memory for some
A lot of the ones I get I haven't seen. And sometimes I don't get ones that I have seen, and then I feel stupid.
Oh, look, it happens. We all feel like a silly goose sometimes.
I feel that way.
I also sometimes play Quirtle, which is 4 Wordles at once.
That sounds complicated. Why would you do that?
I hate that. Why?
It's okay. So you get 10 guesses instead of 6.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of one Wordle screen, you get 4 Wordle screens, and the letters you type in for your guess go into all of them at once.
Just play a crossword. Just play a crossword. Okay, Caroline,
go outside.
what have you been playing
Hi.
recently?
I've been playing Animal Crossing.
Oh, what a coincidence. So have I.
Yeah. You got me back into it.
Yeah.
I finally evicted my ex from the island, and it's all mine again.
Ooh. Yeah.
And so now I'm just doing endless inventory management.
And it's really truly endless. How many slots can you get in your house in your storage?
5,000.
5 million, I've heard.
No.
From my uncle Nintendo.
Well, you're a liar. No,
Your uncle
5,000
Nintendo?
is the maximum.
Yeah, my uncle Nintendo.
And I have filled that, and then I had to make a secondary character to get more storage.
Oh.
Because I am a hoarder in real life and in digital life.
This is my new OC, Uncle Nintendo.
Uncle Nintendo and Auntie
No.
Wii.
Auntie Sega.
All right, enough of looking in the past. We're now looking in the future into games that we are looking forward to.
Take a guess, take a guess, take a guess.
Take a wild guess. Is it something to do with Legend of Zelda?
Yes!
Tears of the Kingdom.
It is. I am so looking forward.
Now, this brings on to the subject that I want to talk about, which was pre-gaming rituals. I also just want to point out that we just got a subscriber.
Passionate subscriber.
Ooh.
Passionate sub. Passionate
I love you.
sub.
I love you.
Ooh.
Yeah, so pre-gaming rituals. It's what I call it now. I've decided. I just decided this 45 minutes ago.
Clearly distinct from pre-gaming, though.
Yeah, that's different. This is pre-gaming
you could-
for gamers.
You could pre-game your game
Yeah.
and
but
then
no,
puke on your Switch.
we only have
Hush.
so much
You
time.
hush.
We only have so much time. We need to stay on topic. Okay, thank you. So what I'm calling pre-gaming rituals is when you prepare for a major release that you're really excited about. Destiny 2, I was playing Destiny quite a lot. Rift Apart, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, I went on a year-long mission to grab all the previous Ratchet & Clank games that I could get my hands on, and then some, and then play through all of them in preparation. Now, some people who are excited about Legend of Zelda have been playing Legend of Zelda games, such as...
I was playing Breath of the Wild again just to, remind myself of the controls. Because, oh boy, Nintendo controls are unlike any other controls.
They truly are. They truly are. And I feel that every time I move from, say, Sonic Frontiers on the PS5 to Sonic Colors on the Nintendo Switch, everything is mapped differently. Super fun. Hang on. Okay, Peter just said that his little pre-gaming ritual is Anzac cookie. Preparing some cordial and coffee. Pat the cat and make sure he's got food and clean kitty litter. Very responsible. Love that. Check headphones are charged.
That's an
which-
important step that we often forget.
Yes. I don't have to worry about charging my headphones because my headphones are plugged in. So I don't have batteries in my headphones. But you do, Hazel. Don't
Yeah,
you?
mine have a cable backup there.
Yeah.
So what I'm learning is everyone else is so much more prepared. I just put the game in and game and then forget to eat, forget to drink, forget to breathe.
Here's the thing. I actually work 8:30 to 5 now.
8:30 to 5. What a way to make a living.
So there's only so much time for video games.
True.
So I have to make a little affair about it and make sure that I'm prepared for it and that I'm not going to have any inconvenient interruptions like my headphones dying.
Yes, because when you're an adult, I don't know if some of you all have noticed this, you have less time to do things, so you have to sort of block out some time and make the most of it. And this sort of reminds me of when Monster Hunter Rise came out. I prepared a meal for that. I was like, I'm going to make myself a Monster Hunter meat platter with pomegranate seeds and various cheeses.
Did the cat make it for you?
No, I made it for myself.
Oh, unfortunate.
Because my Palico doesn't have thumbs, so
yeah,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But also it kind of makes it really exciting. It's like, you know, when you dress up to go to the movies, like you're like, oh, I got my jumper, I got my snacks. It's a bit like that. You start getting hyped about it. You start getting into like, oh, the next 2 to 3 hours is video game time. I'm super excited.
I think what makes it so fun is, you know, when you are going to be able to play it, but you can't play it right now. And there's a bunch of other things you can do that kind of let you vicariously feel like, oh, maybe I'm playing it. Yeah. Like looking at official art, fan art, watching the trailers over and over again. Like I did with Beyond Good and Evil 2 when those came out.
Talking about theories, talking about like what this game could
theorizing, coming up, like playing the old games if it's a series, and or playing similar games if it's not a series, and thinking about like, oh, what's my build gonna be if it's like an RPG or something.
And the most important step for many gamers,
making your character.
No, well, yes, but also getting time off work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I particularly enjoyed throughout uni in games design when half the class would just not be there and we'll be like, what game just released?
Yeah.
Fallout 4. Fair enough. I wish I was also home playing Fallout 4. Unfortunately, I decided my education was much more important.
You fool.
I know.
You could have been playing Fallout 4 on launch day.
I could have been playing Fallout 4 on launch day, except for the fact that I didn't want to play Fallout 4, but I just threw that out there as an example. Because it's the first one
I actually didn't like Fallout 4 very much.
I ended up playing Skyrim instead. I got Skyrim when Fallout 4 came out. I don't know.
Skyrim's pretty good.
Replayable.
I got Skyrim when it launched for my birthday.
On the 11.
No, on my birthday, which you're not allowed to say on air.
Right, yes.
But it's close enough.
It's pretty close.
And I had been led on to believe that I would not be getting it, and my brother had bought on launch day a copy for himself, and he launched it up, and he was like, nope, you can't play, and no, you can't watch me play.
Oh, that's so mean.
But he just didn't want me to get spoiled. He was actually being so nice.
I remember one of my sisters, she was like really hyping up my birthday gift, and she gave me like this box that was wrapped. The box was the same size as a PS3, and I was like, oh my god, you got me a PS3. And she was like, ha ha ha, it's actually the board game Risk. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna pretend I'm really excited about the board game Risk. And then she pulled out a PS3. So double bamboozled. I love siblings. I love their tricks.
Great.
Yeah. My name is Zahra, and with me in the studio tonight is Caroline and Hazel.
Hi.
We're Zed Games. And yeah, it is actually time for us to say goodbye.
Once again, we've run out of time.
It keeps happening. Like, I'll be like, oh, an hour is tons of time. And then it's not.
No. Because
we're having fun, and it just flies away. It speeds on past. It's
time Sonic.
Time is Sonic.
If only we had some way of going back in time.
Weird.
With a time eater.
Or time something like that.
Something like that.
Time creature. Time is coming for us all. It's here.
Time is a circle.
Oh my god. What is happening?
The show is ending.
The show is ending for tonight. We'll be back next week. Nothing can, not even a time eater could keep us away. But in the meantime, I just want to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Good night.
I love you.
I love you.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to Zed Games.
If you'd like to listen to more, check out our podcast on Spotify.
Or follow us on social media at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.